What's up, people? Sorry, been just been a crazy couple minutes here. I'm probably lagging here. Got a new laptop. Yay, new laptop. Uh, we got I don't know if it's. I got my webcam here, and it's going off the laptop. So hoping that it would get figured out. Do this. Is it lagging on y'all's end? Oh, I gotta see comments. Can't see comments. All right, maybe I can get this one set up. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. So this. There we are. I think I fat fingered it. A little bit. All right. So this past weekend, Heath and I were in Edinburgh, EMP, for the 956 top end battle, and it didn't disappoint. Little low on car count, but it's still a good time, good party. Got my Trick Turbo shirt on. I don't know if y'all can see that. And there was we'll go over I see him on already. There was a big tire cash days in Kansas City this past weekend, and it was had some technical difficulties, but they got it done. They ended up getting it done, and I asked Toby if he wanted to come on. I never got a response from him, so I guess he might be still mad at me. He has every right to be, I guess. But we will try to bring Mr. Tricky D. Tricky D.
What up, man? I'm going with going with the old school name.
I guess that's better than Little D. I guess.
It used to be Sunny D. Oh man, it's about to get stupid. Okay, no, let's not do this. No, that's the name the Chief gave me a long ass time ago. Tricky D, Tricky Richard, Tricky Dick. Man. So what's up? How was the weekend? Oh damn, I can't hear you, bro. Nope, still can't hear you.
How about now?
Oh yeah, there you go. You're back.
I drove 1,250 miles this weekend.
1,250.
Yeah.
What did we drive? How far is Kansas City from here?
Not 1,250 miles.
No way. No, it was 5 hours there, 5 hours back.
Yeah, I think Kansas City is roughly, for me, it's probably a little bit less than that, but it's not too far off of that from me.
I think
where Heath and I are from.
I think for us it was 600 miles. I think.
Yeah, cause from here to Edinburgh to KC is roughly it might be a 10 or 15, 20 miles difference between the two. But the only problem is I never leave the state though, and I drive that much.
Oh my God. Man, there's so much on the table, man. I don't even know where to even start. Kansas City Big Tire Race, hosted by Wyco Racing, organized by Toby.
Mhm.
It was, you know how sometimes you have those races where everything goes smooth as butter. You can't believe it was that good. You can't believe everything just kind of fell into place. This was not one of those races. The intentions were all there to make it a badass time, but I guess the number one thing I want to try to stay to the point and not offend anyone. But there's so much I want to say, so I'm gonna try to say it in the nicest way possible. Okay. Number one, guys, street racing is street racing. I mean, some of you guys have forgotten that it's the jungle, right? So what does that mean? What is it when somebody says you're in the jungle? What does that mean? It means a leopard can come up there and rip your face off, and nobody saw it coming. It means, you know what I mean? You could just get completely trashed by some bears or some wolves. That's what it's like out there. So we can hope for the best. We could try to prepare. We could plan. We could strategically coordinate. But at the end of the day, nothing is promised. Things happen. Things go wrong. And all we could do at that point, when it comes to real street racing in the wild without the permits or nothing, all you can do when things go bad is just hold on for the ride. I mean, um, you know, as many of we did the drivers meeting nice and early. Everything was great. We had 13 or 14 cars with us. Um, Everything was cool. We went out to the first spot. Uh, we started running through the pairs. Um, about the third or fourth pair down, just to keep it short for you guys, because I know there's a lot of people that need to come on here tonight. Basically, a cop rolled up, and I mean, you guys know. I mean, rolled up, and there was an arrest made, and car was impounded. Update on the situation: the driver's out, and the vehicle was released. For those of you that haven't heard the news, um,
Deal.
also more good news on that particular matter. Just right there, real quick. I have received a PayPal link from a family member, so I'm gonna go ahead and contribute to try to help this guy recover in his pockets, because things happen and there's not much. It's like a wreck, right? Nobody saw that coming, and um, I personally, even if it's not much, even if it's $5, $10, a $20 bill, right? What's a $20 bill? So if the guys want to help out, if you guys want to message me, I'll send you the link. I believe I'm in contact with his son, so we would like to sit there and help them at least cover maybe some of the fees they inquired. Uh, but yeah, there was an arrest made. Um, and we moved to another spot, to keep it short. Okay, to keep it short, there was a huge crowd. The crowd seemed to get bigger and bigger, uh, which, I mean, there's only so many locations you have, and word was definitely out about what was going on, which, things happen. I mean, obviously I heard that, street outlaws were going to be in town. All kinds of stuff is what people were asking me. But I mean, it's a big race. It's a big deal. I mean, even the spectators, they're fans at the end. They want to see the same racing that everybody else wants to see. I get it. I mean, you can't treat them or exclude them too heavily. I mean, they like racing just like everybody else. Uh, yeah, it got wild. It was a long night for sure. We finally ended up shaking everybody, and well, most of the extra people, and we ended up sleeping in the truck for a few hours, because one of the spots we got to, the fog was real dense. There was actually a fog advisory, so literally had to sit in the truck for, I don't want to overdo it, so I'll say 3 hours. Just sit there and wait for the fog to lift. At the end of the day, the drivers, they were like, "Screw it, let's just do it." And it takes some balls to race, man, because you could see, maybe, like I said, I don't want to overdo it, so maybe, I don't know, man, maybe 50, 60 feet in front of you, and that was it. I mean, we couldn't see the cone at the finish line at all. We couldn't even see the halfway of the finish line. I mean, it was scary. I mean, they definitely brought their balls with them. That's for sure. And they were some dedicated racers. They weren't giving up. And Toby also, mentioned that he wanted to see people race for the money. He said he didn't want to split. He wasn't gonna quit. He didn't want to give up. And the racers that had driven for miles and miles, I admired their dedication because they said, one of the guys from I don't remember, there was a guy from Washington D.C., Maryland, Ohio. One of the guys commented, he said, "I didn't come this far to split the pot. I came here to race. And I'll wait until we race." And there was no changing the scene. We were there to race, and so we waited 3-4 hours. Finally, we got finished with first round at 7 a.m. in the morning. And then after that, though, it was smooth sailing. It was a blast. We had a good time. I mean, once you start hearing the burnouts and smelling the race fuel and all that stuff, man, that's when the party really gets started. People start coming out of their cars and all the excitement and the energy happens. So it was good. And then we just started having fun after that. The finals was between I'm trying to remember, the Bully 2.0 from Ohio. The driver's name is Daniel Holdgrefe, I believe. Daniel Holdgrefe. It had a beautiful, beautiful green Galaxy twin turbo, and he raced Kerry Williams in the Black Widow from Mississippi, Team SSR. He came with Matt, and it was a good race. It was a good final. We posted the video on 660 Street for those of you who want to check it out. So I'm at the point where I want to talk about two things at one time. So let me just make it real short and make it fast. I heard a lot of people saying a lot of negative things about the race. A lot of negative. Obviously, people are gonna make the negative comments real quick, and when something goes bad, like an arrest. Let's talk about an arrest here, right? So when something bad happens, everybody's quick to point the finger, quick to chime in their irrelevant opinion, because most of the people commenting weren't even there. But that's what Facebook is. Facebook is beautiful because it allows everybody to be a part of something that they don't have to be there. They didn't have to see it, but everybody becomes a camera expert, a security expert. Everybody becomes central intelligence of street racing. I mean, everybody becomes a professional street racer. That's who says that all the time. It's Boosted GT will say that too a lot. That people just become experts out of nowhere. So the blame game and everything else aside, my look on it, shit happens. I mean, I understand. That security definitely dropped the ball. Let's just be honest and cut straight to the point. But shit happens. I mean, things are gonna happen. Like in the streets, like I said, it's the jungle. We can plan, we can hope, we can prepare, but every now and then things go wrong. They go wrong at a track. They go wrong at a controlled environment. Things are gonna happen. We're humans. We make mistakes. I've had races here in Oklahoma where, I mean, my security dropped the ball and highway patrol drove right past them. He thought it was just a black Charger. Definitely not just a black Charger. That was not just regular traffic, actually. Luckily, we got off with a, "Hey, get out of here." But in this particular situation, that's not the case. That guy was mad. He was immediately looking to make an arrest, calling him backup, the whole 9 yards. Worst case scenario. So we can't all just sit there and point the finger at Toby, or point the finger at, Toby wasn't working security. Toby's already working a race. Toby brought people in to assist with security. A mistake was made, an arrest was made. Guys, remember, this is street racing. It's not a victimless crime. If a guy's doing a burnout and he runs over your foot, you are not the victim. You are participating. Even if you weren't behind the wheel, you chose to get your ass up there and stand that close to whatever. Things happen. So, an arrest was made. We're all conscious of what we're doing. We know the risk. An arrest is definitely one of the risks. Wrecking your shit into a tree and not having a way to get it out of there and people are leaving, it's a risk we take. So you can't put all the blame on Toby and his guys. Things happen, guys. I mean, I understand that improvements can be made. I already know that they will be made. Toby always does a good job. I mean, the times that I've gone up there, we've never had this happen before. But again, it did happen. So just
it's a part of it. I mean, it's street racing.
It's real.
I mean, it's real. I mean, that's real. I say real world consequences when you do.
It's real. It's real. Every now and then, right? We need that slap on the wrist. reality check.
You get a reality check. You know, that's what happens. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, we all learn from this shit. We all learn, and we move on.
Yeah, it's like my camera teams. You know, everybody was exhausted by the end of the night. They were like, man, you know, when are they going to do this? How long are we going to sit here? Should we just go home? And I understand where they're coming from, because it was for, I mean, I get it, you know. I just, you know, and my guys are tough. I'm not gonna lie. They stuck around when the racing started. Everybody got in a good mood again. But in that gap, you're like, man, should we leave? Did we just come all the way out here for nothing? But me, when I sign up for something, I'm not leaving until it's over. I mean, if I have to take off work, if I have to get to Oklahoma and then go straight into work, I've done it before. I mean, I'm not leaving halfway through the project, or halfway, not till the mission is complete. And the guys did a killer job. Super proud of everybody. So big shout out to Carlos, Eugene, and Madison for toughing it out and everything. It was a good time. I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, it made everybody for sure appreciate things, you know, and really enjoy the racing, and got to see both sides of it, not just the beautiful roses side, but, you know, sometimes racing can get a little crazy. With that being said, just to cut straight to the point, so there was when we were there, everything was good, everything was fine and dandy. The final was between the Black Widow and the Bully 2.0, the Turbo Galaxy. Super cool guy. The driver's name is Daniel. I already mentioned that. That the guy's super cool, man. He was just happy to be here, happy to race, happy to be a part of it, and you know, and he was super down. Now, whenever we were coming home, he messaged me saying, "Hey, somebody sent me a video. The Camaro jumped." And you know, when I see a race, let's say especially a final, right, or any race, that somebody says, "Hey, there's a jump," I'm gonna look at it 4 or 5 times, review it, look for that perfect frame, right? There is a frame in the tire crack where if a race is clean, you should be able to see the light on, and you should be able to see the fully inflated tire with no crack in it, meaning the guy's still waiting for the light, okay? And then if a guy jumps, you will see a tire crack, and when you zoom in for the light, there won't be a light. The light will not be on. The guy anticipated the light. That's how the tire wrinkled. I just want to make sure that you guys understand how this works, because I put a video out there that is super clear. It's not just super clear. I'm sorry. I thought the video was stupid proof. I thought the video was stupid proof, but I was wrong. It apparently is not enough to frame like literally stop the frame and just leave it there. Just leave the frame so that people can see with their eyes that the tire is fully inflated. It has not moved, and the light is on.
For we like got that video. We're gonna try it. Try watching.
Yeah, let's just try to share it with him. Let's just watch it.
See if we can get this here.
Wow, look at that. I even put the Jeopardy music so you can really sit there and just ask yourself, what is a tire crack? You know, I mean, did that look like a jump? I mean, I should have sent you the other half where I zoomed into the light. I will even post pictures.
That's the problem. We're only allowed 30 seconds on this thing, and
no biggie, because
that video the video you sent me was like, I was like, wow.
And you know what? In the comment section of this chat, I will post 3 pictures. 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. I'll post one with the light not on. I'll zoom into the light, showing you the light is on. Back up, show you the beautiful, fully inflated tire, meaning the guy's obviously waiting for the light. And then one of what a tire crack looks like at birth, when it's a baby crack. It's just a baby crack coming into the world. And the light is on. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. I've never been through anything like, and guys, to be clear, we've used this method at 10-5 Till I Die. There was a $20,000 race. We've done it at 28 part 1, 28 part 2, Toby doesn't just let me set this whole device up there because it's stupid. Maybe it's just there so we don't argue, right? I mean, I don't like to argue. We're just here to race. So it's either two questions, right? Two questions. Was the light on? Yes or no? Was the tire cracked? Yes or no? And we developed this system so we can use one camera angle for everybody. Because before, you were just asking the crowd, hey, did anybody film it? Hey, buddy, let me look at your iPhone. Oh, you're kind of shaky. Oh, what's over here? How do you look from over here? Yeah, it's kind of stupid, isn't it? Right? It is. It's stupid. So we have one camera angle that all the drivers at the drivers meeting agree to look at. And that's what we go off of. What kind of drivers, you ask yourself? Oh, I don't know. Drivers like Beater Bomb, drivers like, Ryan Mitchell, the entertainer, Green Monster. I mean, the typical street racers you see every weekend, I could just be making this crap up. Or maybe there's a page called 660 Street where you can see the tire crack at work all the time, And, just to be clear, none of that money went to me. I don't get paid to do that. I went up there because I want some good racing to happen. And I've never thrown a race in my life, period. And no, Kyle, this came from the heart, pure frustration, and a little bit of heartbreak that apparently there are people out there who do not understand something so simple. I mean, you can't even troll these people. There's no trolling these guys. These guys are the real deal. I don't know if they bring a tire up to the line, like instead of the front bumper, I think they might bring a tire up to the line. I don't know. Or if Chase is a race, Jesus Christ, man, talk about a fist fight. I mean, I don't understand. Like over here, we just race, have a good time. He either jumped or he didn't. Nobody's throwing a race for no one. We have a good time. People come to our races because we don't bullshit, right? Kyle Buckmaster's here. The guys are all here. Sometimes it helps you out. Sometimes it fucks you. Either way, even when it fucks you, the only person that fucked you was yourself because you should have waited for the light. Nothing goes wrong then.
And I watched the entire video of it. And did he take a gamble? Yes, he gambled.
Yeah.
But it was clean. I mean,
it happens though, right?
It's clean. I mean, if he was just a hair earlier, that would have been a jump.
Man, yeah. I mean,
when you're in the finals and you're worried about the car next to you, you got to take a gamble. You've got to gamble, and he took a shot at it, and it was clean. I mean, here let's just we'll watch this.
One more time. Watch the tire.
Lights on. Neither tire's moving.
And the comment reads, "It's a jump," and I was scared. I've never met such a breed, so I was like, man.
He guessed, and he guessed right. That's just like on a tree on pro tree. You know, if you hit it, you hit triple zeros. I mean.
Man, you know what's crazy? And I told Matt this. I said, you know what's crazy? Your buddy won by I don't know, 2 cars maybe, and you almost shot yourself in the foot. You almost lost the race before it even started, but you got lucky. I've seen Beater Bomb do it. I've seen Team Anonymous do it. I've seen a few people pull this perfect light where they take a guess and it just works in their favor. But 99% of the time you'll see this shit before the light comes on, and I'm like, hey, bud, man.
I've seen people where the tires rotated 1.5 times and they still think, well, it will still be a green light at the track. I'm sorry, we're not at the track.
But overall, like I said, and again, the driver, he's super cool, man. He's laid back. He's having a good time. He had a blast. He said he can't wait to come back. He said it was his first time street racing, came down here and went straight to the finals, dude. That car was moving. And I'm a big, Also, before I forget, to everybody that's going to H-Town Throwdown this weekend, guys, huge announcement. It's going to be the Street Series, the Oklahoma Street Series finale. They're going to give away the trailer this coming weekend, Saturday. So Hawthorne, Oklahoma, to all you guys that haven't locked in your spot, you have to contact Mike or contact the H-Town Throwdown page. The name of the event is Trick or Street. We're going to be there bright and early, covering the entire event from beginning to end. So all drivers are advised, or we would like it if all drivers could bring some candy. So and put some candy in the trunk for the kids. So this is a family event. Bring the kids, bring that your 5-year-old, your 10-year-old. It's gonna be a blast. If you want to dress them up in a costume, that'll be cool. Also, I'll probably give away some merchandise to some of the cool costumes. So I'll give away some merchandise to some of the kids wearing the cool costumes and stuff. And they're gonna have the trunk or treat again. So racers, bring some candy. Bring some candy to this race. So yeah, contact H-Town Throwdown for this one. It's Saturday, I believe. And they're having the Power Wheels race.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and there's as far as I know right now, it cannot be motorized. It has to be electric. They're starting, but later on they're gonna have big tire, small tire. It's gonna have to have the Power Wheel sticker on it still. It's gonna get stupid, I already know it. They're gonna need some safety factors in there. But yeah, man, I don't want to take up too much. We got a lot of people we got to get in here, but that covers the tire crack, the finals. That covers the race, the event. It was a blast. Like I said, man, and to everybody, guys, listen. This is street racing. This is the real deal, uncensored, unfiltered, 100% as real as it gets. Things happen. If anybody wants to help out and pitch in a few bucks to help the driver cover his expense, I mean, I'm personally, even if it's not much, $20 or whatever, and here and there, it can maybe cover some of his gas. I mean, I understand the guy didn't even get to make a pass, so let's start doing stuff like that in the racing community. Let's start looking out for each other. You see a wreck happen, help them out. You see, I mean, don't get me. If the guy's being an idiot, you're being an idiot, bro. I mean, if you were all over the place and you never lifted, I'm just shaking my head. But if things happen, a wheel stud breaks or something breaks, you get like for instance, an arrest was made and things go wrong. Let's be there to support each other. If you really love the sport and you really support what you're doing, we're gonna support each other.
Yeah. Put that link in the comments. And
all right, the PayPal.
And, yeah, the PayPal, and then I guess you said you're going to do the pictures.
Yeah, no problem. I'll put the little happy faces. I'm gonna put a little PowerPoint presentation. Whatever it takes for people to understand that I'm not making the calls here. I mean, I'm not manipulating the footage, or I don't care who wins. We're just being.
That's the problem. Fair. We don't have anything that's at stake in any of this. So I mean, I don't understand. Maybe it's just me, but I just don't understand.
That's the only reason it kind of bummed me out, because I was like, I know they're not from around here, so maybe they don't know the way things work, or the fact that we are we're not biased. We don't favor.
We're unbiased. We don't care.
We're just here for good racing. I mean, some of my favorite racers lose all the time, and I mean, if they jump, they jump. I mean, I'm not throwing my name away for one race or for any amount, to be honest. I mean, you can't manipulate something. I'm there to do the right thing. If not, I might as well just stop right now. But all right, I want to make sure there's some live feed left for everybody else. So see you guys later. Don't forget H-Town Throwdown.
Do you want to name your sponsors?
God damn. You guys rock, guys. Thank you.
Where's the hoodie at?
Oh, bro, seriously, man, I don't have it on me right now, guys. But big shout out to J&N Granite, Justin Hickman. That guy is always supporting me on everything. If we need a GoPro, a camera, Trick Turbo, the same thing. He's always supporting me and everything. And Twin Peaks, Sam, thank you, Sam, for everything, for all the help. For this year, towards the second half, we have the Mutt, we have Angel Garcia. So Carlos, my camera guy, he also sponsors us. Big shout out, thank you to Carlos and Red's Family Auto in Texas, your security. they sponsored and JNS Transmission, Prime C10. I know I'm missing a big. I know there's a secret sponsor coming in for 2020. It's not. It's not It's not Christie's Toy Box, and it's not but I don't know if they want me to announce it yet, but they'll be coming on board for 2020. And what am I missing here? There was another big one. Oh yeah, of course. And a big shout out to Full Pull Performance. I can never pronounce I'm gonna practice that one. Full Pull Performance. Tony Rizzi. They also help us out a lot, man. So
Did you forget about these people?
no, I mentioned Vic Turbo.
Oh, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know.
man. I'll get a phone call at the end of this. It's like. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I got to make sure I leave some live feed for the rest of them. Don't want to live it all up, man. Richard just.
But hey, before you go, let's watch. Lights on. Bump.
Man,
I ain't gonna lie. He freaking killed it, and he's
dude,
lucky.
I had people say that he was moving before the light. They were like, "Oh, he moved before that." I'm saying, when did he? The trans
I didn't see
brake?
him move.
Is it the trans
I
brake?
didn't even see a rock or anything.
No, but there were people that were there. They swear to God. And I read some of the comments that said next time bring a 4K camera, not your cell phone. And I was trying to think about what that means. A 4K camera would have better frames per second than a 1080p camera. And I'm just
actually people don't understand. The higher the resolution, the slower the frame rate.
Yeah.
So the more frames per second you get, it's more truer. Is that even a word? It's more true.
Truer. Yeah. It's like true. Yeah, because it's blown out.
Yeah. So you're getting at least 60 to 120 frames per second. That's pictures. Pixelate pictures
in 1 second. Yeah. Damn.
And 4K pictures. 4K, you get 24 to, I don't even know if they make 30 frames per second 4K yet.
Well, I guess everybody's an expert nowadays. So I mean, I only put the camera right in between both cars without no people blocking the shot. But what the hell do I know, right? I mean, it's just the Tire Crack 5000. I know it sucks. The Tire Crack 5000 has wrecked more lives than Crack did back in the 80s. I know it sucks. It can make or break people, man. The Tire Crack sucks sometimes, but it's there to do its job.
Sometimes it's on your side. Sometimes it's not. I mean, and it's actually not your side. If you just wait for the freaking light, you have just no problem. It does not have it's unbiased. It does not care. It just tells you the truth.
There's the light, man. Yeah, wait for the light. All right, guys. I think I was as nice as I possibly could today. Carry on to another 400 comments somewhere about what went wrong and what could have been done and who got screwed and all this other stuff. It's, man, you be nice, guys. Be nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm out.
Bye.
Later.
There you have it, people. The man himself, Ryan Darrell. You don't, man, Ryan. I'm sorry. So, I didn't say I wanted to get into this, but I will. There was a post about the live feed. Live feed this is this, or live feed is that. Man, a few years ago, I'd be right there with you. Live feed this, live feed that. But now, as I got older, we're back to the older thing, but to each their own. I learned a long time ago that drivers, for one, can't keep their mouth shut. Two, spectators can't keep their mouth shut, and it's a domino effect. It's one right after another. This guy tells one person, this guy tells one person, and then 2 people, then 10 people. But not only that, back in the day, I had a guy that that used to run actually before they started running, they used to, when you have X amount of spots, say you got 5 spots, all right, and everybody knows about the 5 spots. You got 5 spots, whether it be all over town, everybody be an hour apart from each other. They know about the spots, and if they know there's a race going on that weekend, they're going to go looking for you. They're going to go looking for you. So, or they might have people staged out trying to find you. And then once they find you, guess what? They're calling all their buddies and they're blah blah blah. They're in on you, and then there's no shaking them until you got to wait them out. So, and I'm not saying it is live feed. It could be live feed as well, but I'm 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, I would say it was the live feed. But now that I know how many people watch my stuff and how many people are mostly out of the country that watch my stuff, and they're not local people. But man, it's either spectators or the drivers that just can't keep their mouth shut. But we'll go in with that. But as this past weekend, we went to EMP and they had a small tire guaranteed 5,000, and they had to split between Jason Cantu and that fast ass La Victoria and Sniper, a local guy, two local guys, and then Sniper or Alex in this truck twisted. They ended up splitting. I think the tailgate class with Jason as well, and then hold on, let me see what Richard says. Chris, will you send me the link through Facebook Messenger? What link? Anyway, okay. And then they had this nice freaking Galaxy out there with the LSX with the big 106 on it that won the street class. Beautiful car, beautiful. And then I think he won the street class, and then Sniper and Cantu won the small tire class. There you go. So let me get this going over here, and we'll get Matt on board. There he is. This new laptop that I got, I gotta get my regular webcam connected to it, figure it out. This is the laptop that's on the computer. So Sniper is it's a Nova. Looks like it's probably like a 68, 69, 68, 69. Got the red halos. It's a big block. It's a nitrous car. It's a big block nitrous car. Waiting on. I sent you a link, Matt, so you should be seeing it in your message group here momentarily, because apparently, Carrie, apparently they don't have good internet connection out there in the sticks in Tennessee or Arkansas or wherever they're from, and Matt is the only guy that has internet connection, or maybe them guys just don't want to get on here. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to either. But here he is. What's going on,
buddy?
Sugar Britches?
How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Is this getting to be a regular routine with you? None of your guys want to come on?
Well, man, the thing about it is with Kerry, he wanted to come on, but his internet really sucks out there, man. No phone signal, hardly anywhere. It's one of them situations where you have to stand in a certain spot when you're at his house. you know. But he asked me to come on here and kind of help, speak on his behalf because, he really likes what you're doing, and he appreciates everything you guys do. So he wanted to just let me come on here and speak on his behalf, man, because he had a blast this weekend. So
There you go.
I don't mind speaking for the guys, man. I mean, we got a lot of guys in the group, and some of them probably wouldn't have that much trouble getting on here, but it is kind of tricky, um, copying the link and actually going through the internet. But after you do it a couple times, you get used to it.
Yeah. So there was a big delay, over, and then well, people understand that sometimes street racing, you know, sometimes street racing you're it's all in one spot. Sometimes it's multiple spots, and then sometimes you might have to wait something out, either being shift change or being weather. Uh, just like we did that one day when you came into here. We started at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get finished till I think 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And it is what it is.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, man. I mean, this race, it was kind of like a reality race, to kind of show people that, this is the brutal part of it. I mean, a lot of people see it. They see the big races and they see, all the stuff that we do in the streets. And, when everything's going fine and dandy and everybody's having a great time, sometimes people forget, how brutal it can be in different situations. I mean, in this situation, we had a couple of different things. I mean, it just, with the cops coming, I mean, like Richard said, man, some people don't realize it. I mean, when you're out there, you're in the jungle, man. I mean, you're not promised anything. I mean, it's a risk we all take. Security did drop the ball, but mistakes happen, man. Nobody's perfect. And this was a mistake that, caused this guy a lot of problems. But, like Richard said, man, all of us were out there with him. Um, you know, I'll do what I can to try to help the guy out. I mean, all of us can kind of support one another. Because it was just a bad situation for him. He was unfortunately the one that got caught out there, and instead of everybody, getting upset about it, we all just need to try to come together and support the guy, and because I mean, it's the kind of stuff that happens, man. I mean, like you always say, there's consequences of this stuff, and a lot of people don't realize it, man. When we're out here, it's the real deal. I mean, this is the real streets. There's no promises on anything. So, once we got through all that, we had to move. The weather was messing with us. There's all different kinds of things that can happen when you're out there. We got to the other spot and it was so foggy, man. You couldn't see shit. But the guys that were still there that hung around, I mean, they were dedicated. I mean, we just toughed it out, man. And it was close to 9 o'clock before we got to go out there. And Kerry was actually the first one to go down the road. The guy that he was supposed to race decided to leave. And so he wanted to, make a hit. And it was kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool seeing the car just disappear into the fog, man. It's kind of scary, but at the same time, it looked pretty cool. But, Toby and his team made sure that everything was safe. He had guys down there, making sure that there was no one coming in. Toby did the best he could with this event. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't all, fine and dandy and just a super blast like it has been in the past. But at the end of the day, we was able to get it done, and that's the most important part. Uh, so we was able to get it in, man.
So then, what was I going to ask? Man, don't ever get old.
It
Ah,
happens to me all the time, man.
but man, I'm glad. I'm glad that nothing really bad happened. Going to jail is bad enough, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He could still be in there without, and his car could be being, like in California, how they crush them. But
Yeah.
man, I give Toby and all his guys props. I mean, shit happens, and it sucks that you got to learn. You got to learn to change things up uh, through when shit happens like this. But everything's a learning curve. I mean, I've been doing this shit for fucking forever, and I still learn shit every once in a while. I mean, you learn something new every time you go out. You learn, and when you think you know it all, that's when shit happens, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, damn, I didn't expect that. But now then you learn, and then you add that to your mental book about, all right, we ain't gonna let that shit happen again. Here's how we're gonna do it, or you tell yourself we're gonna improvise and we're gonna come up and do something different. And
Yeah.
but man, I imagine that fog and stuff, the humidity. I bet you the road it took a while for the road to dry out.
Well, when we got there, we was on concrete, and just as well as anybody, the concrete it absorbs the dew a lot better. Instead of it just sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, being where we're from, we're on some of the rough asphalt roads we were street raced on. This thing was like the holy grail of street racing. It was like the perfect road.
Oh, I know where you are at, and yeah, yeah,
Man, I loved it. Like when I got there and got my feet on the ground, I was just like, oh wow, this is gonna be lovely. So I mean, it was rough sitting there. I mean, and waiting it out. I mean, we literally just camped out. We just camped out for a while and just made the best of it. But um, we hung in there. The guys hung in there. The racers that stayed, I mean, them guys were dedicated and they had great attitudes about it. Um, whenever it got to a point where we was fixing to try to just call it quits, they all got together and decided to wait it out. And I think that all of them was glad that they did when the race was over. Because it ended up just being a beautiful day. And I give Toby all the props in the world, man, because he was getting hit from all angles, different situations, out of nowhere, situations with the cops, that they wasn't expecting. This guy was a new guy they didn't never seen before. He was being a major asshole. And I mean, he was getting hit from all angles, man. He hung in there, and I think he made the right decisions, him and his team. Um, and it turned out to be a good race, because of it. So I mean, like I said, it wasn't pretty, it was rough, but at the end of the day, we was able to get it in, and I was really happy for Kerry, man. I mean, the last time we come up there for Big Tire, it was a rough trip. I mean, he tore the motor up, and anybody that knows Kerry Williams knows that he's a super cool guy, but he takes this sport very, very seriously, like more than most people. And he's had a rough year. Everything's been tearing up. Every time he's brought the car out, something else was tear up. But it's like that sometimes. Um, but he was so determined to come back up there, and kind of redeem himself. And you know, uh, for him to get that win, man, it was really special for him. I was happy for him to kind of, put some wind back in your sails, because when you love this sport as much as we do, and something bad happens, it really, sometimes it's depressing, man. It'll.
Well, that and it hurts all of us. I mean, we feel the same pain for everybody. I mean,
Right.
something happens, it not only that he feels it, we all feel it.
Right. Right. But I mean, that the guys that were there were super cool, man. I mean, they hung in there. We were all tired, but like Richard said, when the fog started clearing and the tire smoke got going and the race fumes started, flowing in the air, everybody started getting wind back in their sails and getting alive again, and the guy Daniel that had the Green Galaxy, we actually knew the guy that used to have that car, and so we was talking a lot about the car and all the stuff that he's done, the adjustments he's done, to try to get ready for the street. And super cool guy, man. Him and his crew. Um, and I was really proud of the dude because he brought that car out there and was making some killer hits, dude. I mean, um, that car was moving. To be a big Galaxy, they really got that thing figured out. I mean, he was out 60 footing everybody, and he was making some killer hits. So I think that had a lot to do with why Kerry was on his game so much on the light.
Well, that's what I was saying. When you're sitting next to a guy and you know that you're gonna have to bring your A game, sometimes it's a guess, and he guessed
Yeah.
right. I mean, a hair earlier he wouldn't have guessed. He would have guessed wrong.
You're exactly right. I mean, I will say this. I've known Kerry a while, and he's always been really good on the light, okay? So I'm not going to take anything away from him on that. He tells me that he's seen the light, and I really believe that he might have, thought he's seen it. I don't know, but I mean, he even walked over there and told Daniel himself. He was like, "Dude," he said, "I gave it everything I had. I was on my game completely because I was nervous. I really I respected your car. He told the guy. He said, "You've been making the best hits out of everybody, so." I didn't want to leave any room for error, and he told him he put all the power he could in it and did everything he possibly could because he didn't want to, he didn't want there to be any base uncovered on that race. So, and Daniel might have slept a little bit on the light, so it might have made it look a little worse. But at the end of the day, if you watch the video, one of them videos, I was it took me a minute. I was actually kind of stunned myself before I started celebrating, because I thought for a second he might have jumped, So I was like stunned myself. But I've watched Richard for a long time, worked that tire crack camera, and I had faith in his call. When he looked at it and he told me it was clean, I had faith that it was clean. I never second guessed it. So, that was when we was really started celebrating then. But all the props to Daniel, the Ohio guys, man, nothing but respect for them guys. They were good sports about it. Um, had a great time out there towards the end of the race. I mean, everybody that was there was glad that we toughed it out. But those guys ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, dude. That green car is going to be doing big things in the streets. I promise you, man. That thing works great. So
I just sent Daniel an invite. Maybe we can get a three-way. Maybe we can get a three-way going. Let's try that. See if I sent you an
try it
invite.
out.
I sent you an invite, Daniel, and we'll try to get you on here and we can have a little three-way.
That's cool.
Three-way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of tricky, man. When you click on the link, you gotta
Just
go
gotta
on your
follow.
internet.
Yeah, you just gotta follow your instructions and
Right.
stuff. But I'll try. I did it on the cell phone, and I was like, man, it's not bad. It's just as long as you follow everything and
Right. That's
but
cool, man. I know man, I wanted to, get on here tonight and really just say some stuff for Kerry. I mean, I talked to him earlier, and he said just make sure you tell everybody that, Toby, all the guys from Kansas City, he loves coming up there. You know, thanks to them, and thanks for everybody that has kind of hung in there with him this year. He's had a really rough year, man. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that Big Hoss, the step side I brought up there for 28s, is his too. And he works his butt off on these toys, man, and spends a lot of time, trying to do what he needs to do to make them competitive. And he's busted his ass this year, and just seems like stuff would just tear up, and every real racer knows that that's just how it is. I mean, some years are going to be great, and then some years it don't matter what kind of parts you buy or, how much money you spend, the stuff is just going to happen, but he never quit. He kept fighting, man, and kept scratching. We've worked a lot. He's put in hours and hours and hours on that car, this year. And so it was just, it was really special for him to get that win. And, he just wanted me to tell everybody in the KC area, thanks for their support, and thanks to Toby for putting these races on, man, because he loves coming up there. He loves coming up there just as much as I do. So.
You got him on. Let's see if
we got him on.
Let's try it. Oh,
all right. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
We got it.
Oh, look at there.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Got him.
Yep. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I hear you good.
All right. Oh,
I'm gonna walk to the trailer.
Up, dude?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, give me a second. All right.
This is weird. I don't know how. That's the first time I've ever been in a three-way with three guys before.
Oh, jeez.
We got it going on. There's a lot of love on this deal.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Oh, just pulled back in.
Oh yeah.
That was
Just touched down.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
It was a rough, man.
Trip.
That was a rough. Yes, it was. Truck broke down. Like, that's what I was saying earlier. Everybody's wanting to leave for the, maybe split the pot. I was like, one way or the other. I wasn't leaving anyway. Truck was broke. So I'm here.
Damn, man. I felt so bad for you, dude. I mean, you was having issue after issue, the fuel system leaking and everything else.
I ended up going back, getting it back to the house, that little rig job I did, and I had to pull the whole top end of that diesel motor off just for that one stupid bolt. Fixed it, driving home, then got a flat.
Oh, man. That's rough, dude.
But it worked out. I couldn't be on a higher level of just fulfilled in racing, man. It was just great.
That's what it's all about, dude. Enjoying the experience, even when it's rough like that. I mean, I hated that you had so much trouble, man, getting home. We've been there. We've had blowouts and stuff like that. So
it's still my best experience. I mean, even all that just builds the memories, man. That gives you something to talk about. Man, you remember that time we went to the finals, but everything blew up, but we made it.
Right.
It's all about the memories, good and bad.
Yeah, that's right, man. Well, I'm glad you made it home okay, man. I know that's a long drive. I bitched to people about my 8 and 9 hour drives to the Midwest, and I can't imagine, 13 or 14 or however long it took you guys.
It felt like forever, man. And I was like getting a lot of comments. So I got like all my crew and everything in the back. They was like, all I did was, they was like, oh, you did with Facebook the whole time. Y'all had me nervous. Pulling the trailer. And I was like, you made it alive though, didn't you?
Man.
I didn't get on that. I didn't get on Facebook today. I drive for a living as well, but somebody sent me some screenshots of what was being said, and I'm like, I didn't even really get to watch the video as well. But
so are we talking about the jump?
Yeah,
thing?
the jump.
Well, I didn't know. Like, I thought he might have. But I wanted to be a good sport, have good sportsmanship. I know he fought to get there. I fought to get there. And I didn't even say nothing when I got there. I got on my car, shook his hand, told him, great job. I sent that video to the 660 guy just because that's what was sent to me, not to like, call him out and say he did something wrong. That was never my intentions, because those are good guys, and me just being able to drive there was a win for me. So I didn't actually have to take that win and that money home for me to win. I already was a winner, so there was nothing for me to gain by proving whether he did or did not jump. I simply sent it just because it was sent to me, only thing. I was like, kind of look at this. And I even sent him messages. I'm like, look, man, sorry, I didn't mean anything by that, like trying to take anything away from him at all.
Right.
Because I was sleeping, man. Like, listen, at that point, I was probably up for 30 hours with no sleep. And I was sleeping. I kind of looked at my reaction times that whole day. They were way off. I'm usually really on point with that. But I just think it was because I was so tired. It just wasn't there. And especially that last one. I'm up here on the break. He's ready. I see him leave. And I'm like, oh, man, I probably ought to let go right now. You know what I mean? And so as soon as I let go, I hit that scramble button. And I felt like I was starting to pull on him a little bit, and it just held out. And I told myself halfway down track, I'm not going to drive around him. And I was bummed. I was really, because I thought I had it. Like, I really did. I was like, I got this.
You had the car to beat, dude, and that's no bullshit. I mean, every hit you were making, man, everybody was just had the wow factor on the starting line. So be proud of that. I mean, to see that big car move down the street like you did, man, you got everything to be proud of. I mean, that thing was moving, dude, rolling.
Yeah.
And I know Richard well enough where he didn't take anything that you were messaging him the wrong way. He was just trying to, make sure that, because what happens is when people get on Facebook, and it's just like a domino effect, man. It just turns into a mess. So, don't take anything he might have said.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything else far as I didn't even know anybody was commenting. I didn't even know anybody else knew besides me sending him that. So outside of that, I didn't even know there was other people saying it or even being suggested at that point. I thought it was just a simple, hey, I shared this to him. I think I shared it to Toby too. But like I said, it was never to try to discredit what he did, because they're great guys. I would have done anything to help them, and they would have done anything to help me. And that's what I loved about being out there. I felt the camaraderie. We were all a team. Even though we were all racing each other, we were all a team there. Like, that's the best I felt in a long time. See, in my neck, everybody want to fight. Like, it's the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Can't get along for nothing. Out there, the camaraderie was amazing. And we was all a team just racing each other and having fun.
And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
That's why anytime I'll be out there, win, lose, break halfway along the way and still make it, I'll be there.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody all year, a lot of my people around here have been coming to me, man, you've been traveling a lot this year out of the Midwest. And I'm like, dude, there's a reason why I'm going out there. If you go and you race with them, you'll see. And it's a different culture. It's a different vibe. And like you said, it's it's a lot more enjoyable when everybody can enjoy themselves and come together and, just enjoy what we do. Because, if you're doing this stuff for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason, man. If you're doing it for the passion of it, that's when you can look around in the driver's meeting or if somebody's trying to come together and figure out something on the race, and everybody can kind of be cool about it. It makes a world of difference.
Yeah, because if I was doing this to make money, I messed up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always about, of course you want to win,
Right.
It's very competitive, but when you go out there and you have a good experience and,
Absolutely.
And you go home with some good memories, you're living, man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you love to do. And that's what it's all about anyway.
Yeah, and I really don't feel there was anybody there that wouldn't have done anything or even took a part off their car to help someone else that was there. And that's my whole demeanor. I want to help everybody. I don't want to fight and argue and things like that. Even like his wife, she's the one that come help pack my chute. I'm like, hey, look, I don't do this. Can you guys help me? It wasn't even a question. They said, get your car ready. We got this taken care of. Wasn't even a question.
Laura's had to show all of us a few times how to pack that damn chute. She's good.
I'm too busy focusing on everything else, man. I don't know what's going on back there.
Yeah. She's a pro at it, dude. She's a pro. She's been involved in racing a long time, and her and Carrie are a match made in heaven, man. They're a team. They're a good team.
Great people.
And but yeah, that's how we are, dude. Anybody that's met any of us from our group, we're always going to do what we can to help those in our group and the people that we're competing against. It's just
Right.
the best way to be. It makes what we're doing. I mean, we're already doing crazy illegal shit. You know what I mean? But let's not make it any worse than what it is. Let's all get along and have a good time.
Right.
So
It's a brotherhood.
Yes.
right.
That's what I felt when I was out there. Like, it was awesome. I wouldn't want anything more, anything less than the whole demeanor. And because listen, man, we were putting in work to stay there and make that happen. The fog, there was times to where it was so foggy, you could literally see the droplets floating in the fog. And I'm like, man, this street's wet. And it got to the point where it's like 7 in the morning. I'm like, look, if we're staying, I'm ready to send it right now. I don't care if I can see the car. It's bright enough to see the driver next to me. Let's roll or go home. One or the other. What are we doing here?
Right.
And we all got, like he said, we all got together and we're like, once you got every guy together, we kind of hyped each other up in the talk. And we're like, we're ready to send it, man.
Yeah. It was a tough decision. It was a tough decision to make because you got to think we've been out there for a while, and the fog just kept getting worse. We were hoping for it to get better, and there were times where it looked like it was going to clear up, and then it just get worse. And it was, for a minute we were starting to lose hope, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm glad we all decided to stay because. When it was all over, it was beautiful out there, man. It turned out to be a beautiful day.
it was. Sun was bright, and it was awesome.
And then I heard that he did some small tire stuff afterwards.
Yeah, he said they was going out there. The KC guys had some stuff scheduled to go and do stuff that day. So Toby, man, he had to be a trooper. I know he looked exhausted, and he said he was going to have to come right back out there in a few hours. So,
well, when you're dedicated to a street like we are,
yeah,
how we
you're
roll.
right.
How we
That's
roll.
right. That's right.
Yeah, and what something I thought was cool, because like that legit was my first ever when I raced that Malibu. That was my first ever real street race. You know what I mean? And prior to that, I only have maybe 2-3 street hits on that, with kind of guessing on what the car wanted, how much I could put in. There's still a lot left in it, but I didn't want to put too much in it, and just go out there and knock the tires off. So there's literally 2 hits prior to that, and then coming out there and racing that Malibu was my first ever street race. So, but I knew when I went to Memphis and watched some stuff down there, and after I seen that, I was like, I don't even want to be at the track. This is where it's at, and then so I got this car, and that's what I set it up for. I put a lot of work into this car for it to work and be able to take a lot of power on the hit and go. And, just to be able to make it to the finals like I did. And there was no car there that was a slouch at all. They were all fast cars. And then when I got out there and I outran that Malibu, and I was just through the roof. I cannot believe it. If it had just ended there, I was great, man. Just to be there and win that one race. And then it kept going and going. And I'm like, what? This is amazing. And that was literally my first, racing. And what was cool is, what is the guy's name I raced at the end? I can't remember.
Carrie
at the end. He's like, man, you need to, don't beat yourself up. Everybody here is blown away by the car. You should hear the people behind you, the whole crowd running and screaming and just happy for you. And every time I come back from a win, everybody's clapping and cheering me on, and the racers team that I just outrun, everybody is just, the morale they were all excited for me. They were all happy to see that big boat flying down the road, wheels up for 10 feet. I mean, it won't even pull the wheels on the track, but you put it on bare asphalt and it's hanging the hoops, man. It's just, it's crazy. It's what it's built for, the street. And just to see that morale, because I was a little bummed that I lost. I knew I was sleeping heavily. I was sleep deprived. I grabbed a pillow and I'm over there I don't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
And he, they all, even after that meeting up front when we turn road, they took me off the side and they're like, listen, man, you know, you need to be happy. Your car was the one to beat, and your car's fast. You know, don't be ashamed. Be happy.
Right.
Just that attitude, everybody coming together like that, you know, kind of cheering you on. It was great, man. Like I said, I won first place no matter what. You know, that was great for me.
That's good, man. You know, because I kind of I had that same feeling. You know, my first time I went out into the Midwest, and that was when I knew, you know, this is where we're gonna be racing a lot.
Right.
You know, because it's just, you know, and it's actually been an influence on me to try to bring street racing. You know, bring some of that positive culture, some of them, you know, the good vibes back home,
Right.
and do some stuff at home this year, and you know, everything's been going good. So it's
Right, because
really
nobody
just
wants to, not to cut you off, but nobody wants to show the good stuff. They only want to show the fight or the argument or you know, like you said, the tire crack fight, whatever the case may be. They only want to portray like the, you know, the argument and the fighting. But look at what we just did. That was nothing but awesome. There was no issues. Everybody got along. It was fun. We all hung in there. Look, man, we camped and we did Kansas camping on the street.
yeah.
You know, and I had my heater in the middle of the street, and there was nothing but a crowd around it. We had the radio going, pitch black, fog everywhere, music, my heater, and that's where everybody was. It was great.
Yeah, we made the best of it, man. I mean, you know, but like the dudes were telling you, man, don't just be happy when stuff like that happens, because, man, you know, when you come out there and did what you did, man, I mean, you know, you got to understand when you're out there, man, you're racing the baddest guys in the country, dude. I mean, everybody goes to KC and to the Midwest to, you know, like I've always told the guys, you know, man, we can race around here all the time. I said, but, you know, you go out there, you're racing against the best, you know.
And that's what I said. Like, you know, so I made like a short clip, man, half asleep, couldn't even walk when I got back to my house, you know, to fix the truck. And it was like, you know, I can sit here in Ohio and talk all I want about, you know, I feel like I have a fast car. I feel like it's going to be the fastest. I feel like I can run with anybody in the country, you know, and not just get walked all over. But you're never going to know unless you go out there and really set beside those guys, put that up on a two-step and fly down the road next to them. So that's why I was ecstatic, just to see, like, to go out there, let go of that button and just see that car drive around somebody like that. I was through the roof, you know, because you can talk about it all you want, but there's a difference. Like you said, going out there to where, you know, there ain't no ducks. They're fast cars, and seeing where you stand. And if I would have got just stretched out by everybody there, I would have came home and I would have come up with a new game plan, because this is what I want. I want to come out there and have fun with you guys, and I want to do this, and I want to be competitive, and I want to be, you know, make good friends in this. But, you know, fortunately for me, like, the things I did to this car and, you know, the tune-ups I put in it were where they needed to be.
Well, you did a good job, dude. You deserve all the credit for that, and you know, we'll race with you guys anytime, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, so props to you and your guys for, you know, for getting the car ready, because, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, like I was telling Olympia earlier, we knew where the car come from, so I was actually kind of skeptical, you know, to kind of see what it would do, because we seen, you know, that the guy that originally built the car, you know, we seen stuff he was going through trying to get it ready, but, you know, the car ended up going to the right guy, man. Because, dude, when you made that first hit, all of us were shocked. I mean, it just, it was badass, man. It went straight down through there. It was probably the cleanest hit out of everybody in the whole race. So, I mean, take that, you know, and you know, feel good about it, man.
I do,
feel
man.
proud
I really
about
do.
it, and you know, just you know, let it motivate you to just keep doing what you're doing, man. Because you got a good car, you got a good team, and like I said, man, we'll race with you guys anytime, man.
Absolutely. I'll be a part and help in any way that I can, you know, to do something with you guys, or to create something that we can all do together. You know, in any way that you guys need me, I'm always here to help with that.
Good deal, man.
I got. Y'all want to name any sponsors y'all got? I know you named a little bit a while ago, Matt, for Carrie.
Daniel, I've got a list here for Kerry. He made sure that I knew who I needed to thank. So
Oh boy!
I'll let Daniel go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me go first. I only got one. You know, I normally always have it on my car on my windshield. It's the banner. I always put it there. You know, and I was gonna do it before I come out there, but my only sponsor, and I always have it on my car, is I'm sponsored by Jesus Christ, and He's the one that took me from nothing to something, and all of it's because of Him. So that's my one and only.
Amen, man.
Amen on that.
Your turn.
I can't top that one, man.
Right?
Oh man. All right, Kerry made me. I told him to send me this stuff so I wouldn't forget, because I always forget on live. But he wanted me to give a shout out to Cone Transmissions. He's used their stuff a long time. Daryl Wathan. I can't never. He told me how to say the guy's name. I can't remember. Daryl Wathan at Wathan Transmissions. Dyers blowers. He's always gotten his parts from Dyers for them blowers and stuff. Ohio Crankshaft. They do a lot of stuff for his motor. They came through for him, this last time when he had some issues with the motor. But most importantly, his wife. He wanted me to give a shout out to Laura, because Laura has been his help and his support. They just had a baby of about a little over 6 months ago, and Kerry has still been wide open, and they've just been working together, even with the new baby, man, to keep doing what they love to do and keep racing. And it's just been, it's been a battle, but she's always stuck behind him. So, big shout out to Laura Williams. Not only does she help him, she helps all of us too. So, shout out to her. He wanted me to give a shout out to Cheyenne Clark. He's one of our guys with our team. He's always there to help with anything. He's helped out a lot this year, but he wanted to give me a shout out to Richard 660 Street. They've always supported us, and everybody in SSR, man. We got a great group of guys down here. Great dudes. Everybody, works together to help one another. When we all work together to help each other keep going, man, it makes a big difference. When he wanted me to give a shout out to the group, because he don't get in there in the messenger when we're all in there a lot, but he wanted me to let everybody know that he appreciates every one of our guys in our team. And he does this to help represent the team. Anytime we go anywhere, he's always trying to help the other guys. But we got a great group down here, man. I understand a lot of them can't travel, and I wish I could bring more with me when we come out there. But it's expensive, man. I mean, it's not everybody can do it, and that's why we've been trying to do some more stuff here at home. But anytime anything's going on out there, I'm gonna try to be there and try to bring as many of them as I can. But we support you guys. Appreciate everything that you do, Limpy, and everybody out there in the Midwest, man. Love you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, I'd like to appreciate y'all for coming on, and
yeah, no problem.
Glad y'all waited the storm out and got a final done. Got it out of the way.
It was the endurance cash days.
yeah, it was that for sure.
Yeah, camping edition.
Yeah.
Camping version 101, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for coming on, and
yes, sir.
Enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll see you later. I'll see you this weekend.
All right, later, fellas.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too, man.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I sent there we go. My this mouse button is this back button is a little tricky happy. Fucking Richard. Carrie is an atheist. Oh boy. Oh, so I sent you a I sent you an invite there. I sent you an invite there. Uh, Albert, you might be off now. I sent you an invite. We were that's where we were this past weekend. We were contracted in for the EMP race, so we couldn't make it to the big tire. Maybe he'll get on here. I sent him a message. We will be this weekend. We will be at Hartshorn, the trunk or treat, and then Saturday night, and then we will be at Sunday afternoon. We will be in Holland, Texas, for at the Little River. Be Texas. I think the Texas Punisher 2.0 or 2 or wherever they call it. They'll have a small tire, big an all-wheel, a run what you brung, I think, and a stick class, and I think that's it. I'm not sure, and I think it's a truck class. Oh, there's my girl. My girl. Oh, what's up? What's up, big booty or little booty Judy? Matt Spencer promised us snacks, snack packs, and blankets. Ooh. More snacks. So, what's up, Lentech? Oh, this Wi-Fi, this camera is. I can't wait to get time. I just literally bought this laptop today and got home, installed everything, and that's why I was running a little late this morning or this afternoon. I was installing everything, and then we had to get the video situated. Then we learned that I can only upload 30-second videos to this. But like I said, trunk or treat this weekend. Yep, I'll see y'all this weekend or the second up there in Jackson, Tennessee for the top end deal with Matt and them. Heath and I'll be there. And then the Texas No Prep. I'm trying to see if Albert's gonna. He's seen it. Maybe he's trying to get on it. Maybe he's trying to figure out. Oh yeah, he's an iPhone guy. What's up, Dominic? Pretty good videos there. I don't know if y'all Grazing Fire photography there. He has some pretty good pictures of the EMP deal, the races, and he went live from a drone, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool seeing live from a drone. I've got footage. Lintech. Now that I got this laptop, I'll be able to get edit some video stuff. But we've got start line, finish line, and tire crack camera. So I just got to find time to edit it. And here's the
Tire crack. I heard something about crack. I said, what?
You jonesing?
What up, dude?
Join live. Trying to
And
figure out laptop.
we're live from the 956 over here.
956. No screaming kids this time.
No streaming kids. No. Actually, it is team night, but it's they're somewhere else today.
Somebody else's
So what's
house.
going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Just doing the little recap. Winding it down.
Okay, well, you had a long broadcast today, man. An hour and 30 minutes. Jesus.
Well, and I actually started 30 minutes later than I usually do because I couldn't get this this thing figured out because like I said, I just started putting this laptop together like an hour before we came on.
Then I heard threesomes and shit. I said,
yeah, I had three. It was me and two other guys on the same time.
I know.
That was I was like, wow, all right, we're gonna do this. Here we go.
So you guys were in two places at the same time, huh? Cool.
Yeah. Well, one that was awesome. In Mississippi and one was in Ohio.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and then me in Texas.
Awesome. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Just like yeah. I'm in Texas and you're in Texas, but yeah. I'm in the 817 and you're in the 956.
Awesome. Now so you guys got it all covered up pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We're still
so
learning.
the other two were street races or what?
Yeah. They were actually the big tire finals in Kansas City this past weekend.
Oh, cool. Well, our little street race over here was the 956 Street Throwdown in Edinburgh, and we called it the Limpies 4.0. You know, so it was a cool deal. We had 16 small tire. We had like 8 4 and 4. It was a good turnout. I mean, 32. There was a lot of other racing. I think we had the truck shootout in Houston, and we had some races, some in Evandale, and it pulled a lot of cars away from us. But it was still a good event. Everybody got paid, and it makes for some good videos, some good racing. As you saw, you know, Keith didn't have a long night, but he enjoyed himself, you know. And then that badass camera he has, that what is it, the Note 10S or something like that?
Yeah, he
has a $20,000 camera, man. You know, it looks good. It looks real good. Everything's nice and crisp. I saw some of them that he posted, and it was awesome. You know, you guys always do a good job over here. We're real happy you guys come down and keep it all real, you know, and keep it, keep it all real and keep it the way it's supposed to be. And that's why we want you here again, man. I mean, we might do another one later on, December. I have a couple of guys that want to put in some money, some good money. I don't want to say anything because they're going to say, he's lying, blah, 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 blah. But we want to do some the same thing, but it's going to probably go up 60% what we were doing. Oh. So it's going to, yeah. So it's going to be good payouts, but I don't know, man. I got to talk to the guys and see if they're going to do it. And we're going to go to the No Perkins in Ennis. We're going to have meetings over there, and plus I'm going to go there and get some money, you know, and see if I could get those guys to bring it down here and spend it for the local racers down here. And, you know, maybe we could get some of those Dallas racers to come down and get some of that money, you know. So as you could see, our top end is cement, and it was virgin cement, and you flagged it, and Heath did the finish line, and I mean, Jesus, it was good. You know, it was real. That cement is probably about 70 years old. You know, everybody doesn't know that track is an old runway built back in the 40s. So for that cement to look like that, you know, So it's they don't make things like they used to. But we had a lot of fun. It was, and, some say, like you said, Marissa said, you can't have gems all the time. I'm already go, I know, but
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
truth.
she puts stuff into perspective sometimes for me, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
she
like it.
does.
I don't like it. I'm like, don't tell me that.
No, I was, she she was getting a little pissed off at us and go, hey, I got to drive home with her, man. You guys get off her.
I got to sleep with her first. We went back to the room and slept till I think it was 11, I think, and then we drove back. I didn't realize when I left, I put 1,250 miles on my car this past that trip.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I didn't realize. I was like, because I knew when I left, I was right at like, I think I had like 18,001 mile, and when I got
Oh,
back, it was like
wow.
19,250.
Yeah, you're doing some traveling, buddy.
Yeah,
You sure are. You're
but
doing
it's
some
fun.
traveling.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
Well, I mean, it's when you start doing what you enjoy and make money off of it. I mean, how can you beat that? So
Hey, we
that's
make enough to recoup, and that's about it. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Well, the way I look at it is, even though if you get a little bit of money, it doesn't matter. It just you're doing what you love. You know what I'm talking about? And
mm,
and if it keeps on going, I mean, why not? And then you're expanding. You got guys covering three different areas, and hey, that's awesome, dude. It looks good. It looks very good. Like I said, we want you guys back again. I hope you know other tracks pick you guys up. Because it's clean racing, man. They ask for you guys, and if you guys say it's a good run, and who wins, who loses, that's it. It's like you every time you come down here, you do a little drivers meeting, and you say, I don't have a dog in a race. So
don't I
I
could care
really
less who wins.
exactly
Just
correct.
as long as everybody makes it home safe, and we got a winner. It is what it is.
Sure. Big thanks. I mean, big congratulations to the racers. I think it was James K, right? He's the
Hmm.
winner. He got the small tire winner, and second place we came in with Jason Cantu, and then we had Truck Twisted with Alex Amarguero with that beautiful, Chevy pickup truck. He did very well there, and all the other winners I don't have in my head, So they did very well. They performed very well, and big shout out to the guys from San Antonio that came down, and we had some guys from Hondo, Texas, and I mean, you're talking about like the other gentleman that we're talking to right now. You're talking about 8-9 hours, man. But they come from the west side. You come from the north. So
Yeah,
we pulled them from all over the place. It was pretty cool.
yeah.
It's pretty nice. So um, we're looking maybe to do another one in December. So weather down here holds up pretty well. I mean, it doesn't snow. I mean, we got sleet once in a while, but when it really gets bad down here, it's probably in February. When it's the really top of the winter. But we can do races. We've done races. And they turn out pretty well. So
What is
we
what
might
is what is what is bad weather to you in February?
if
40s.
38 degrees, 40 degrees.
Wow, man,
Yeah,
that's
that's
no
bad.
trailer. That's no trailer street racing for us here. We do
Yeah,
we do 40s to the 20s. We 20s and 10s. We're
Jesus.
still out there.
Wow. As
That's
long as
still
they
that's
look right.
yeah. That's still shorts and t-shirt weather to me. Maybe
Wow.
put a hoodie on. Maybe.
Wow. No, not down here, man. I had a call this morning from Mike OC from National Low Prep. It says, damn, Albert, I was in Florida. It was cold. I was seeing Limpy, and he was sweating, and everybody was in shorts. And I go, how can that happen? I go, South Texas, buddy. South Texas, man. That's just the way we roll down here. So that's how we're going to be able to stay open year round. We still have races. We don't stop. Basically, our track just doesn't close. I don't know what a day off is, man. We just
Yeah.
keep on going and going and going. You know how it is. So
Y'all have that. Y'all have the. Y'all have how often do y'all do the was it the mud drags or something?
The mud drag, we do that once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, we usually what we do is at our track, like I was talking to the other segments that we do bracket racing and mud racing at the same time, and we got both sides of the track going, and people that just one jump from one side, the other, they rubberneck back and forth, and they get to see two things at once. So that's pretty cool. We try to do our top end races once every 3 months. We just don't want to tire people out, but it seems to me that they want us to do it a little bit closer together. And I said, really? And it looks like that's the thing that's actually taking off, top end racing. Small tire stuff is getting really, really, really slow on us. And but the top end stuff's really taking off. So we're gonna probably put a little bit more. Um, we're gonna start looking at it a little bit more next year and put them a little bit closer together. So yeah. So you're gonna have. Hey, you might need to move down here.
If I can talk the old lady into it, I will. I enjoy it down there. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I don't. We have beaches, and we have an island, So you go over the causeway, and you got real nice resorts and stuff. And South Padre Island, it's a very nice place to go and relax. You walk, get off, and just get in the beach, man, beach water. So it's a good, it's a nice place. It's real slow. It's not like you city boys, man. I'm a Mexican country boy, you know. So it's nice and relaxing down here.
Yeah. Slow pace of life.
Yeah. Slow pace. You could tell. Well, the taco locos.
Yeah.
So,
What's
but it was nice. You guys are invited again. I'll give you a call if we lock something in. Like I said, I'm gonna go to the No Prep Kings this weekend, and I'm gonna see if I could, get ourselves locked in. If we do, I'll give you a call.
So
Hey, buddy, you have to turn your ass back over here.
So what's next at for y'all at the track? Anything special?
Well, and we're gonna do some index racing this November, and we want to do some stuff in December. But that's basically it. You start kind of slowing down a little bit, but you try to take advantage of the times that the people are down for the holidays. So when we have a lot of people here, we need to start jumping on opportunities, and one of the big ones that we have is in December. Usually we're around the December 21st, and we used to have, we did a No Prep Kings season 1. We did a winter meltdown. We did a winter heat wave. We've done Reaper Street Outlaws, and we actually like finish off the year with some street racers. But hopefully this year we're going to do that. That's why I'm going up there to kind of lock stuff in, But they're asking for top end stuff too. So whatever we do, we probably have another top end race, So
Well, I
we're
think
gonna
we're
need a
down.
human tree back.
Just let us know. We're down.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you guys coming down and keeping it real down here.
Well, we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fine, bro. It is. I'm sure you like them taco locos.
For sure.
All right, brother. Well, we'll talk to you later. Thanks
Yes,
for coming
sir.
by, man.
I appreciate it.
That's later, brother. Bye.
Later. That was Albert from EMP Edinburgh Motorsport Park. Good guy. He's funny, and Ray Chavez guy there, his business partner. They're a good bunch of guys. They like to have fun, and they like racing. They enjoy racing, and it's what it's about. Ryan, I guess you're playing devil's advocate, but I've seen some of the calls that you've made, so it probably still is a jump to you. But anyway, people, like I said, we'll be at Trunk or Treat in Hartshorn this weekend, Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be at Little River for the Texas Punisher 2.0, and that's about it. And hopefully I'll get this webcam figured out for next week, or by probably Wednesday, because I think Wednesday we're going to have Matt Lamb on. I think that's his name. Mr. Miyagi from Minnesota. Don't you know the will be Limpy 101 Wednesday evening with him, and he's a character. So just to let y'all know. See y'all later. Later.